You know, that's one of the many movies that I think my husband is upset that I've never watched. I've never seen a single Jurassic Park.
What?
Same.
I've not seen a single Jurassic Park. Yay!
I don't want,
Maybe
you know, I haven't seen half of the MCU either.
Yeah, but that's more forgivable because there are so many of those. But Jurassic Park is an intrinsic part of growing up and developing a completely unrealistic fear of dinosaurs.
No, I got that from Disney's Dinosaur.
No, Disney's Dinosaur gave me a love of dinosaurs. Don't talk bad about my
Okay,
man.
but the ride Dinosaur is terrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, is everybody's YouTube's muted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we get, feedback loops of death.
Okay.
Okay, well then, I think I am ready whenever everyone else is, so.
Yeah.
Continue our discussion of Jurassic Park now. Jurassic Park, I mean. Okay, I'm using my remote, so let's hope this works. I won't be able to see if it works or not, so hopefully. Okay, I think we should be live. Oh, Sasha, they may have been able to hear us already when I went live. I don't know.
Not sure.
Okay.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna, before we do introductions, just real fast for everyone viewing, and I'm hoping that everything's working. This stream is going to be a little bit different, hence, there wasn't entry music. I am currently running the stream from my laptop in a hotel room in a different country, so there was a lot of issues, but we're here now, so, and yeah, now we can do introductions. I hope we're live. I'm checking now.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Oh, okay, good. Danny, I think you're up first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Danny, she, her.
Oh, no, wait, I figured it out. Okay. I put up the YouTube and I was like, why am I hearing an echo? Hi, I'm Hazel. I use pronoun she, her. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Grace, she, they.
Hi, I'm Cass, and I'm a threat. Also they, them.
And I'm Jay, she, her.
So anyway, okay, Jurassic Park.
I don't know if they could hear us through our hand or not, but you guys may or may already know that we were talking about Jurassic Park.
I have not seen it, so I don't know how to talk about it.
I actually
I'm
have not seen
disappointing
Jurassic
Cass
Park.
here
I've
right
only
now.
seen Jurassic World.
I mean, like,
Jeff
look,
Goldblum.
Cass, you can't be more disappointed in me than I am in myself. I love John Williams, and I haven't seen Jurassic Park or Superman or even like all of E.T. I've seen the first half of E.T.
Okay, but that
Fan are
is
you?
fair. There was one year at Christmas where I asked my parents to get me like the classic movies that I'd never seen, like the ones everyone talks about, and E.T. was one of them. I watched it and I was just, it just, like, the only good thing was just that E.T. go home. And I was like, this is just a knockoff of Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, not as good.
Yeah, I mean, I get that in a sense. Now I need to see an artist rendering of Lilo on a bike with Stitch in a basket.
Yes, I want someone to do that.
I just really fast want to say that one of my favorite humans ever, Reggie, just made a comment saying that they're in a hotel room in England, but I'm here for it. I am also in a hotel room in England. We are not unfortunately in the same hotel room, but what a coincidence. Not really. I moved here because of Reggie and Cassian. It's a lie, but it's a good one.
Hazel. Hey Hazel, you happen to be like free in a couple weeks to like come up?
Well, except for I'll be in the States in September, but
Oh no, it's just before September.
just before September, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I am
because
too.
like there may be two Scots who are in a room. They might kiss. They won't kiss. They might kiss. What if?
As long as it's before September 1st. If this is my invite, I'm very excited because I
Yeah,
have picked
this
up
is-
on
this is
this
your
meeting, and I've been
invite.
like, oh,
I will give you the
Okay.
dates. Yes.
all right. I am anxiously awaiting those dates. I have a call now, so
Yes.
it's a cute call. I have it on the outer.
I just saw Reggie's comment. We might
Oh.
kiss.
Anyways, yes. No, I am so down. I will drive across the country for you guys.
Good, because it's 2 countries.
I'll drive across the island for you guys.
Good, because there's 2
I
islands.
think that's the good. I don't know if that's the more diplomatic way to say it or not. I don't know. I'm struggling.
Driving
Not
across
as
the
much as my
UK?
husband,
I
who
don't know.
doesn't speak English, British English apparently.
Yes, Reggie, give Hazel the dates and we shall evil plan.
Figure things out. Yes. Yes. I feel like I do my own inviting. I was thinking because my furniture should arrive in December, Christmas party. Or just holiday party, evil party. Technically, we celebrate evil on Christmas in my house. So whatever you want to call it. But anyways, now that we're done making plans with each other,
Hey, so Jay, like, wanna come learn the Dewey Decimal System over there?
Would, but pass.
We should probably answer some questions, I guess.
we probably should. We just got one off topic with our self plans and Jurassic Park, so it's fine. The chat is just as all of the places we are, which is why we love them and probably why they love us too. I would hope.
Yeah. So, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Cassie.
Oh, there was a question from Lilith Dark asking if the Egyptian gods are furries. As an archaeologist, this question makes me very uncomfortable.
And ironic, it was an actual answer. I was like, oh, sweet, we have an expert here.
As an archaeologist, the concept of furries is very recent, so we cannot apply the modern standards to the past, as with many things. However, I will say, the gays have been here for a long time, guys.
So wait, Cass, as an archaeologist, maybe you can answer this question. How much time has to pass until it's no longer grave robbing and it's
Okay,
archaeology?
I've been asked this so many times, and I will
It's
tell
still
you because I
TikTok,
do know
I bet, right?
Like, is there an actual like time that has to pass?
it's not a time limit, it's about whether there are any direct relations or descendants of these people who would mind. And whether those people would mind if we like moved them. So there was a whole kerfuffle here, because there were some remains near Stonehenge, and the local people who practice what they call druidity, you know what I mean, druids. They claimed that this person was one of theirs, like must be because Stonehenge, and it caused like a whole drama thing, even though this guy was from the Neolithic, so the Stone Age. So
Jeez.
there's no time limit, it's just about whether people care, really.
Got it.
So make sure when you die
have
that
a
people
right
care about what
to
happens
care.
to you. Yes.
I'm just gonna leave like a sign.
So I have a question now, actually, because whales.
I don't know what happened. Hazel, did you say you had a question?
I had a question for Caspian.
Yes.
My question was, because whales are becoming much more well preserved and like, you know, withstanding, is that going to pose an issue? Like, say 200 years from now, my whale still exists for some reason, and I decide to put in a stipulation that I cannot be moved. Can I speak, like, and I don't have any relatives that care though? How does that work?
That would be more.
But we don't know yet.
It would be more of a law question, really. It depends whether they've put in, like, how things I can't remember the word for it. I know that it's on the tip of my tongue, but like when you commit a crime, a certain time passes and you can no longer be like,
Statute of limitations?
thank you, yes, like that. So
I don't know if
it's
that applies to wills.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, if in the future that becomes a thing, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
just thought it was interesting.
honestly, 200 years, they might care. In like 1,000, they probably wouldn't, because there are plenty of Romans and various like ancient sites where they've been like, hey, if you move me, we'll curse you. And we're like, haha, try.
We're like, whatever.
You
Well,
said
yeah,
it,
I
and
think
then
so. My
2020 happened.
Mhm.
And I, just for the record, I don't know if this counts. I won't care. Like, I don't know. I won't care if my body gets moved.
Thank you for letting
Just
me
in
know,
case.
Hazel, when you come up to visit.
I don't know. I mean, this is going on the internet. I don't know. Who knows how things work in 200 years? Just clarifying.
To clarify, I'm not going to murder Hazel.
I just want, in 200 years, I want archaeologists to be confused as all heck about this generation.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure they
this
will.
generation's already confused about this generation.
That's very true.
Mystical Sims asked to all, any tips for surviving high school? Rest, take care of yourself, all that stuff.
That's a good tip. Yeah.
Just
Sleep
try
is
to get
important.
through it, because once it's over, you're never going to have to see those people again if you
Yeah.
don't like them. So you
Um,
just bring a
I
good book
think
with you.
just find something you really enjoy. Like, I enjoyed high school immensely more once I got involved in like the theater program. That might not be your jam. You could find other extracurriculars and stuff like that, but get something that you have fun doing, and it's a good way to make friends. It's a good way to pass the time. It might keep you from getting kicked out. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except that inevitably you will be drawn into other people's drama, or your friend's drama, or drama of your own, and just don't let it consume you.
Yeah, take care of your mental health.
This
Raise
is
your hand,
unrelated.
like
I
Caspian
just
does.
really need other people to know that the like little cutout, I assume it's a poster behind Joe's chair. It just looks like a loading bar.
The little thing up there.
And I've just been watching it entranced for like 5 seconds.
That would be Yang
Oh, wow.
chilling up there. Fix that.
But yeah, Hazel, you make a good point, because for you theater, for me it was like my polymath class. It helped me get through high school a lot.
Yeah, it just makes things way more enjoyable if you have something that you're like interested in, and there's other people who's also interested in it that you can hang out with. So
Yeah.
of course, it invites drama, because anytime there's people involved, there might be drama. But again, like Jay said, just don't let it consume you. It's fine.
Last piece of advice from me, don't let High School Musical convince you that that's what high school actually is like. You don't have to find one group of people and stick with them the entire time.
Oh,
But you do have to burst into song and know the full choreography.
That, yes,
Yeah,
that's the requirement.
that's just the normal entrance requirement to any high school. Just the normal
Good.
stuff. Yeah.
High School Musical is one of those things that makes me feel way too old now, because I have nieces that came over and they were ranting about the Disney Descendants series. They're like, oh my God, we love Descendants, it's so good. And I'm like, yeah, it's really good. And it's directed by Kenny Ortega. He's the same dude who did High School Musical. And they gave me this blank look. And they're like, high school what? High School Musical.
Oh, you want to know a fun fact that I think might destroy Jay?
Oh no.
So, the Summer of '69, the song?
Mhm.
The length of time between that being written and when it was released, if it had been released this year, it would have been the summer of 2006.
Have you heard the cover that someone did where they redid some not Summer of '69, but what's the other one? The Bowling for Soup one.
Oh, I know which one you mean, but
Yeah.
yeah.
so that one, someone did like a cover of that song where, oh, I'm gonna go crazy thinking about the song. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Is it the Camp Rock?
1985. It's 1985. Someone went through and did like a whole parody cover where they sang all of the lyrics different. And instead of being obsessed with 1985, it was she's obsessed with 2005. And it was like whatever happened to boy bands, Gaga, like all of the lyrics changed just to hurt us.
Oh yeah. Oh. Time is linear and it's horrible. Well, time isn't linear, but you know what I mean. Our perception of time is linear.
Mm-hmm. It's just, time hurts.
Yeah. Also, I do want to just let Thanks Pete know that I saw that question towards me about the career, and I'm just gonna say find your own path because I don't want to hurt you with the truth.
A solid answer.
I don't know what's with me in Camp Rock. I've never seen Camp Rock. I don't know the plot of Camp Rock.
But you just know that
never really liked Camp Rock.
I've never seen it. It was just that meme from one panel where we just did this in Camp Rock.
See, that's from the second one, and the second one is so much worse than the first one.
I used to be obsessed with Camp Rock.
I watched it when it premiered because I was like, oh my gosh, the Jonas Brothers, I'm obsessed. I need to watch it because of them. And then I watched it and I was like, what?
I don't know much about the Jonas Brothers.
I was just with High School Musical and Camp Rock. I was at that weird stage of when I was young being like, oh, I'm too cool for this. Like, I don't want to watch this. You know, I can't be perceived as knowing about this. So I didn't see it until I was way older. And High School Musical, I didn't see until I was way older. Still haven't seen Camp Rock.
That's it. We need to get Cass to watch Camp Rock.
We also need to get Caspian to watch Avatar, The Last Airbender.
The movie?
Yeah, that too.
No, not the movie.
I know.
I've seen the movie. I saw the movie in cinemas.
Try harder. No, actually, it's very relevant too because I just discovered that Magpie Games is doing a licensed tabletop RPG of the Avatar universe, and I am very much excited.
Yeah, my D&D group actually funded that. Like, we backed it.
I'm super excited. I haven't actually purchased. I'm gonna purchase the biggest purchase package because I'm obsessed, and so is my husband. But we're waiting till we move into our house later this week, so we have an actual address to ship it to. So. But I just finished reading the quick start guide because I didn't know they have a quick start guide. So like they have it on mini campaign and like the rule set and everything, and I'm excited.
Okay, so I've just read Lilith Dark's summary of Camp Rock. So it's either sing Save the Camp or show the guy that you like that you're the mysterious voices he heard when he was hiding. So it's either the Percy Jackson series from the Apollo kids' point of view or The Little Mermaid?
I mean, it's a little more complex, but yes. Actually, that's a good analogy. Camp Rock is basically what would happen if Chiron just gave the Apollo cabin full control over Camp Half-Blood.
No.
Oh, that was a Discord notification. No, right? Okay. Put it together. Connected the dots.
No, but like those old Disney Channel shows, I miss those. Also, people like children, at least in my life, don't know what a DCOM is. Like when I say DCOM, again, they give me a blank look and it makes me sad.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know what a DCOM was.
I didn't either, but that's because I only had PBS growing up. So
And that's fair. The thing that makes me like sad about it is Disney used to actually like announce it when they would start a movie. It would be like, you know, up next, a Disney DCOM. And you're like, yeah, as a kid. And now it doesn't do that anymore.
I faintly remember that from like going on vacation and being in hotel rooms. Like my siblings and I would just like be glued to the Disney Channel at hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Is that Disney Channel original movie?
Yeah.
I really like Lemonade Mouth. It was a good
Oh,
one.
me too.
That's another one that I didn't care for.
I really like it.
I really like wait, that's not a Disney Channel original movie. That was that Netflix special from this year where Demi Lovato meets a prince or a knight that's time traveling
Oh,
and ends up in Christmas Town thing.
Was that Demi Lovato or Vanessa Hudgens?
Vanessa Hudgens.
The Night Before Christmas.
I'm really good at this.
You had me all kinds of confused when you said Netflix with Demi Lovato and Disney. I was like, wait, hold on. Last I heard, she's doing nothing with Disney right now. Oh my God. But like, time passes. I remember I went to a friend's house when I was a kid to watch the sing and dance along of High School Musical 2, the premiere on Disney Channel. And the craziest thing about it is that friend that I stayed the night with was my wedding photographer.
Aww.
So it's like, it all came full circle.
Oh. Thoughts on young royals? I think they contribute a lot more than the older royals do. They know that the monarchy in the current era could well be on the way out, so they know they have to contribute more, I guess.
I thought they meant the TV show, the Netflix show.
There's a TV show called Young Royals.
Yeah.
I have a question that I want to ask to answer next, but that's all. When you're talking about this,
Wait, is that actually a thing? There's a TV show? Cass, you took the question so seriously.
I thought they were asking her opinion on Young.
Oh, sorry.
I can see the confusion. There was no capitalization that would like indicate a title of a movie or media.
Oh my God. No, you know what? Cass just took that as an opportunity to be like, listen, this is my thoughts on the royal family. Harry and Meghan all the way. Let's go. Oh.
Okay. I just really got excited because I have a whole scheme for this based on this question. So Reggie asked us not a question but book recommendations. Please and thank you. And my scheme I have here is, which is this isn't a secret or anything that I talk about all the time. I'm obsessed with the Fablehaven and Dragon Watch books by Brandon Moore, just absolutely obsessed. And there's not enough people that read them. So I have a whole scheme where I was going to put together like the Once Upon a Book Club book boxes, but put one together for Fablehaven and do like a giveaway to try to get someone to be Fablehaven to this giveaway and give them like this really cool box. And I have a whole bunch of ideas for like the gifts that can correlate to the chapters and that. But all this is to say that one, that is something that I'm working on, and two, read Fablehaven. I need more friends that have read the books. So that's my book recommendation. Yeah.
I really like You Should See Me in a Crown by, I think, Leah Johnson. It was a really good book.
Wait, I just saw Reggie's response, sorry.
I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's spelled E-O-N, and this sequel is E-O-N-A. And it's a really good book, all based in like Chinese mythology, and it's really good. I very much enjoyed it. I read it when I was younger, and I read it recently, and it still holds up. It has a lot of really good themes about gender and presentation of gender, and also there's dragons. And if not those, if you're looking for something more academic, the Basic Guide to Runology is actually a really good book. You can learn about runes very easily.
Right. Just me real quick. I see this on the chat. So I don't really keep up with pop culture news. I did not know that Demi mentioned that they use they them pronouns. So thank you, chat, for pointing that out. Demi is they them.
Yes, Reggie, I was gonna try to get you to read Fable Haven and we'll continue to try. So I will loan you all the books. I feel wait, sorry, what was it, Caspian?
I was just saying I'm being bullied by Reggie.
I will also, Reggie, I will loan you the books. I feel comfortable doing that because we're in the same country now. So like it's not gonna be like a whole shipping awful, but yes. Okay, I found the time. I found the time. We still haven't had time, which is good. I was worried we started late, but that's normal for us. I have ham face.
Mystical Sims asked us pirates, yes or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Pirates, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love a culture centered around equality and a very early version of profit sharing and good stuff.
Last one. Not 3.
Make me sad now. Can I have Tang? Can I have some Tang? Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, I was trying to think. Oh, my high school mascot was pirates, and then I switched schools, and my new high school mascot were Vikings. So pillaging and plundering is approved by both my high schools.
I am actually in the process of writing a pirate-themed Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I am very excited about. I mean, if you want to play, Cass, let me know.
I mean, I do.
I have a homebrewed final battle and everything.
Oh, hell yeah. Listen, I am always down for D&D, especially pirates. I had a phase in my 3rd year of archaeology where I accidentally got down a rabbit hole while I was doing research for an essay and ended up just focused on pirates for like 3 months and learned everything I could.
I mean, that's very valid.
Sometimes you just need that, you know, that completely different subjects when there's the stress of a degree.
Right. I sent this to one of my Discord friends a while ago because I actually found out. So I used to play Pirates of the Caribbean online all the time. And Disney shut it down, or at least I thought Disney had shut it down and you couldn't play it anymore. I couldn't find it anywhere. Well, I was talking to my husband and he did some research and we found that someone bought the rights to the game. So now they're running The Legend of Pirates of the Caribbean. And it's exactly like the old game and you get to create your own pirate and go on a pirate adventure.
Oh, nice.
And I've been obsessing over that game for a while.
They're buying the rights. Why didn't they just pirate it? Anyway.
No.
Anyway, who wants to see a seal?
Yes.
His
I
name
didn't
is
think for a
Ron
minute you were
Seals.
about to show us an actual seal, Caspian. You're not gonna take the
He was
phone with
just
you
gonna
or like
start-
that to go show us the seal outside.
I don't know, I was expecting Caspian to turn around and be like, psst, psst, come here. And it's just a seal flops into the frame.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're coming back more often to like the beach outside my house right now. So
I thought you were gonna go show us one. And then I was worrying, it's dark, you can't show us one.
I mean, hey, admire seals from afar, but never steal their seal skin and force them to marry you. That's a mythology reference.
Selkies, I love it.
You know where there are also Selkies, Caspian. There are some Selkies in the Dragon Watch book. Sorry, I'm not off this yet.
But Hazel, I don't know how to read.
Life. Actually, the audiobooks are not fantastic, but they are good. Sorry, I will never get off this. I'm rereading the books right now because the last of the Dragonlance books is coming out in a month, 2 months, and I'm never gonna get over it.
I have so many books that I need to read right now, and number one on my
Ricky-
list is to reread the Aragon series.
Okay, but I was
Oh.
actually just thinking last night of doing a cosplay of Arya from Aragon.
I'm gonna reread the series and do cosplays from Aragon all day long. Let's do it together, Cass.
Okay, as long as I can cosplay Braun.
Do it.
Yes.
Look at me finally getting inspiration to finally get back on TikTok.
Yeah, Hazel, no one is paying you for that.
Unless there was a hashtag sponsored somewhere that we missed.
Yeah. Hazel?
Oh yeah, no, I am totally getting no, I'm kidding. just paid in my love for the books. That's all.
No.
Friends sometimes tell me that I've said the same thing 20 times already. Is that in reference to the I have a pile of books that I want to read? Because same and also same. I think at least 4 times a month, I look at all of my books forlornly and go, I have such a huge pile of books to read. And then I don't read them.
I feel
do the same.
Oh, thanks, Pete. Is kidnap still illegal if you have the victim's consent? This is an ongoing debate between me and my mutuals. If they are under 18, yes, it is still illegal. If they're over 18, that's not kidnap. It's just picking your friend up.
Yeah.
This isn't at you, Pete, but I just feel like a lot of things, a lot of legal questions we get asked could very easily be like sorted out by a quick Google. Because none of us are lawyers. We need to say this. I feel like we need to say this at this point because we've been asked so
We live in
many.
different countries.
Yeah, we've been
None of us
asked
are
so many
qualified
legal
legal
questions.
counsel.
If you're both under 18, it depends. Because if you're depending on the country, if you're over 16
On
but
a
under
lot
18,
of factors.
yeah, there's a lot of factors, but I would just recommend, don't aim to kidnap someone.
Yeah. I would say my recommendation
good
is,
advice.
maybe not asking these questions on the internet where they'll be recorded for all time and might get you put on a list.
Yeah. My
You do not want to
recommendation
end
is-
up on a list, especially when it comes to like frying and other things. No.
Oh, red, white, and royal blue.
I need to read that so bad. It's been in my to read list since forever. I need to
Just
I-
finish.
I've heard of it. I've heard it's very gay, and I really want to read it, but also I don't know how to read. So Reggie, when you come over, you're gonna need to read that to me and Hazel as a bedtime story. Thank you.
That's like really soft though, reading your friend's books.
Yeah.
My best friend, in order to get into the Percy Jackson series, her boyfriend literally sat her down on the couch and is like, this is the first Percy Jackson book. I'm gonna read it to you as a bedtime story.
I tried doing that with my friends and they all told me to shut up, so it didn't work for me.
Eventually, I'm
So-
either gonna try to do that with my husband or just get him into audiobooks.
I feel so scared reading for like other people because I always compensate. I think a couple of you from like this time last year heard me reading things because I always over dramatize it to compensate for the fear.
But that makes it so
Is
good.
that wait? Is that how? What was it? What do we call him? Yeehaw. What's the character's name? Mark Anthony came out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That reading of Julius Caesar with Yeehaw Mark Antony.
Yeah, Mark.
Well, it just made sense. read me Julius Caesar and tell me he doesn't give off cowboy sheriff energy.
All right, I'll have to go find my copy of Julius Caesar, I guess. Oh, I hated reading aloud in class.
Me too.
But I was also that like bad kid where I would figure out how many sentences until the teacher would tell someone to stop, and I would count my classmates and I would find where I have to start reading and then just zone out.
I
wish that had occurred to me.
She kind of did it at random across people in the class, but like I accidentally started like a whole thing because the guy that I had a crush on we were reading Romeo and Juliet and he was doing the part of Lord Capulet and I had to do Lady Capulet, and there was one line, it's where they're having an argument and she says, "Husband, you are too hot," and it accidentally started a whole thing and I regret so much of high school.
I had
Anyway.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're good. I had
I
to.
wasn't saying.
Okay, sorry. I had to do Romeo and Juliet twice, once in English class and then once in acting class. So I'm officially done with Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, agreed.
Thank everything in the universe that I only had to read Romeo and Juliet for school once. I think I would have died if my college English classes made me read it because I would have just gotten so angry. Like even in high school, I got angry at people who were always like, "Oh, my close reading is it's a romance about this," and I'm like,
Wait, you guys read in high school? They gave me books and I just would read maybe the first like 3 chapters, 5 if we were lucky, and then I'd say, "Oh, I'll just bulk note it." Or guess. I did have one book in my creative writing class that I read that was just terrible. I tried reading it because we were actually given time in class to read, and that helped. But the guy literally spent, it was a fiction book, and he spent like 3 pages describing a spoon, and I just couldn't handle it, and so I didn't read the book. And when the test came, I guessed on all the answers, and I turned over my test, and I wrote on the back of my test all the reasons why this book was terrible, and then turned it in, hope for the best. And I got a 0 on the test, but then my teacher gave me extra credit points that like made up for the test 0. So
like,
anyways, though,
no joke. I went to, when I did a summer thing over in England, and I took a literature class over there. We were reading poems, of course, because that's what you do in literature, and we come across this poet named Charles Swinburne. And the poem that we read, he spent about 2.5 pages just describing going for a swim in a lake. Like 2.5 pages of just nonsense to describe this. And so at the end of this summer thing, the professor was like, "Yeah, do you guys want to turn in something for a grade, or do you want me to just give you a grade based on how I perceived your performance in the class with no homework?" And all of us nerdy kids were like, "No, we want to write you an essay." So I wrote a 4-page essay about how Charles Swinburne sucks.
Nice.
in this very same creative writing class, so I for those who like poetry, that's fantastic. Good for you. I cannot stand poetry. And of course, every creative writing class, every English class has the poetry section, and I hate it. I hate it. I'm also terrible at doing homework. I had a firm belief in never doing homework in high school, and I didn't. So, but we had to write a poem, and I completely forgot about the poem assignment. Even if I remember, let's be honest, I wouldn't have done it. But I was like, oh crap, I got to turn something in. And this was also during a time where I was hyper fixated on learning Morse code. So I wrote out just random series of words basically in Morse code, and titled the poem Decryption, and turned that in with the bet that my teacher would not decrypt it. And I got 100% on it. So
Nice.
That's
you
awesome.
just basically bullcrap your way through creative writing. It's fine because it's creative writing. So
I like that.
Mhm. There's very few poems I enjoyed, but I did have to, well, I didn't have to, I chose to do it because none of the other module options looked good. But in my first year I did about Scottish poetry, and all of the poems in there were absolute bangers. Like there was like a 4-page poem, and I was like, oh god, no, I can't deal with this. But it was a poem by Lady McGregor saying how mad she was that her husband got absolutely destroyed in a battle and like died, and then it ended with her just saying to her son, like, okay, I know you're a baby, but you're gonna have to go kill some people.
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
I didn't really like reading poetry in class in school in general. The only poetry like I read, it was in my grandma's house. She has this book of just poetry, like from Spain that she bring when she went back from Venezuela, whatever. And the only way I read poetry was if I did like a dramatic reading for my cousins in her house of that book. That's the only way I read poetry when I was in high school.
It's fair. My high school actually kind of forced us with poetry because every high school class, so from freshman to senior, in my school, we were required to participate in a competition called Poetry Out Loud. So everyone in their English classes had to select a poem, and they had to memorize the poem, and they had to recite the poem to the teacher for a score. And then if you got the best score out of your class, you were required to do a school-wide competition between all the best poets of the class. And then whoever got the best score out of that one would go on to like the regional competition, and then the state competition, and then the national competition, whatever. I always chose probably the easiest poem ever and just kind of stood up there, and it's like poetry, words, leaves, thanks.
I remember my school also did that, but somehow I got out of it. I don't know how I got out of it, but I did.
We had something kind of not quite the same, but we had this like English learning board thing, where you had to memorize and recite a poem for it, and you had to create and say a like full presentation on something for the required time limit. And I'm still salty about my one in year 6 because I did a presentation on how Rosalind Franklin was the person. She was the one that found the stuff that Watson and Crick actually took the credit for, which led to the full discovery of like DNA and what it's used for.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a full presentation about that. Had a DNA model that was bigger than me basically, and the marker who came from outside school marked me down because they thought I couldn't understand the subject while I was there ranting for 10 minutes about the patriarchy.
Rude.
Yeah, I was so salty, and I will forever be salty about it.
I want kneecaps.
Mm-hmm. I do enjoy a good patella.
Well, we have reached the end of the panel time slot, unfortunately.
Oh,
But I'm hoping we'll be getting back into doing more panels. I don't know for sure if we'll be doing any in-character panels anytime soon. 'Cause we have a lot of streamers with busy lives, and so that's going to be hard to schedule panels with limited numbers of people. But hopefully some more out-of-character panels soon. And then we have discussed and might do podcasts at some point, but that's the mayor still. So that's the server slide updates. But I'm hoping to get back into some streaming. The fact that I was able to do a stream from this laptop bodes well for not taking a hiatus in October. Although we might be doing like a more weekend thing in October, or earlier panels in October, just because I will be working weekends. So, but yeah, there's the housekeeping things. That's all I got.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yes. I
I
don't know
don't know
what
why I'm
that
doing
is.
this.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just like, let's dive.
Okay. All right, I have to figure out how to. All right, I think I know how to do this. And oh. Okay, it's not there. Okay, well, it's live. Yay. It's like, where is the mute button? And then I was like, oh, it's not here. Oh, yeah. Hey guys, it says the writer. Oh, 1 sec. Hey guys, it says the writer. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We wrapped up the live stream, and I just wanted to say, oops, we left off Caspian on the thing. But thank you so much to one of our new patrons, Heathen Madness. Thanks so much for being a Patreon, and we hope you guys enjoy the stream.